Hey everyone, this is Rachel, and today I'm here with a new scrapbooking process video. Thanks so much for joining me here, and I hope you enjoy. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome, and I would love it if you would become a subscriber. You can also click on the notification bell so you always know when I have a new video up. Alright folks, let's get going! Hey everyone, a long time no scrapbook video, I guess would be the phrase I would go with. So this was meant to be my Stash Bash with Rachel and Kelly video, which is supposed to come out on the 1st of May. It is quite obviously not the 1st of May. It's more like the 16th or 17th, depending on when I get this voiced overed and put up. It's not that nothing happened. It's not that I wasn't feeling creative. I actually, something did happen and I wanted to share it with you because it is going to affect what's going on going forward. I also had to tell some people like Kelly and some other people I collaborate with what was going on. I have actually ended up stepping away from my design team work with the scrapbooking store kit club, all because what I thought was a really bad allergy attack ended up being actually fluid on my lung due to a fact that a cancer I had back in 2010 that I did go into remission for has reoccurred. So the good news, I mean, obviously it's cancer, so it's not like it's all good news. And I apologize, Ms. Xanthi is kind of wandering around here. The good news is it's a very slow growing cancer. It's a very treatable cancer. So I will have chemotherapy treatments and I, should be okay once I go through all the treatments. But obviously it's a lot of work going through these treatments, and I didn't feel necessarily that I could do a good job staying committed to my design team work. Also doing live videos for my little scrapbook store and stuff like that. I may feel better and be able to do some lives and stuff like that. But for right now, my videos are probably going to be far and few between. And I do apologize, but unfortunately there's really nothing I can do. But I am feeling up to scrapbooking today, and I did want to share with you guys because some of you have reached out asking me, hey, I haven't seen you on YouTube or anything for a while. Is everything okay? And the truth is, everything is okay. It's just a matter of getting through the next little while with it not being absolutely awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that everything's hunky-dory. I'm going to scrapbook this page. For this month, Kelly and I chose to use companies that are no longer making scrapbooking product. And for me, my go-to for that is Basic Gray, because it's really the one company, excuse me, Ms. Xanthi, that's a no. The one company I own, not a lot of, but I own quite a bit of that I still scrapbook with. So Basic Gray typeset is what we are going with. I'm also pulling in some chipboard pieces, which were from, I want to say High Life, something along those lines, something like that. And then I also did pull in 2 other frames. These are from, I want to say Crepe Paper, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Obviously, Crepe Paper is still in business, but I like the colors of that, and my idea is to bring in some frames because there are quite a bit of frames on this sticker sheet from the Basic Gray typeset. So I'm going to go ahead, get you put on fast forward. I will be linking Kelly's video below, but most likely you've already watched it. But I will go ahead and do that because I usually go ahead and link her video. All right, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. So let's get going. All right, so I have everything I have for the layout. These two photos they're actually two 3x4 photos, and I use an app on my phone called Photo Collage to collage them onto one 4x6. And sometimes I will leave them together and just have the two photos be a 4x6 photo. This time I decided I did want to have them a little bit separate. So what I did was I obviously trim them apart, and then I'm going to, though, mount them on two pieces of the same pattern paper. Now I do have the 3x4 4x6 mixed page, and I trimmed out that camera that says capture this, and then the typewriter. I actually don't end up using that because of my idea with using the frames. It just wasn't going to work out. Now I'm going to use that floral piece as my background. It's a pretty busy piece, but because these two photos are very up close photos and they're not of people, there is no background, they're very easy to read. Sorry about that. One thing that is different in my life is I get lots of phone calls now with people making appointments with me. So that is one big difference in my life currently. All right, so I have the two photos, and as I said, I did separate them a little bit rather than butting them up together, basically just to show that they are two separate photos. I then matted them in that pink tone-on-tone piece, and then once again, a double matte using that navy piece as well. And I put those two 3x4 cards down and realized I did not like that at all. So instead, what I decided was I wanted to do a little bit of paper tearing. I've been really into that lately. So I add the navy piece again that I did my second matte with, and when I went to put that down, I realized, oh, Ms. Zanthi decided to join us again. Always super fun. So the B side of this floral piece is this kind of greenish yellow, whatchamacallit, like kind of not botanical, well, sort of botanical, viney. Let's go with viney, viney pattern. And so I added that to the bottom as well. And then I tore the another piece of that navy, adding it to the top. And then I decided I needed a little bit more of that pink up at top as well. So I am going to add that in a little bit, but I decided I wanted to see where my frames were going to end up before I started adding, gluing those top pieces on. So from the typeset 6x12 sticker sheet, one of them, there were two for whatever reason, I end up using all of the frames, the sticker frames. I'm also going to use both of the chipboard frames I grabbed as well. And I'm just layering them over each other. I actually did a very similar layout to this a couple of years ago, actually about chocolate cake that I love. There's a restaurant, we have a local restaurant chain, like they have like 5 or 6 restaurants, and they do this really amazing chocolate cake that actually I haven't had in a very long time. But it's a chocolate cake I very much do enjoy. Random tangent there. So I'm going ahead and getting all of these frames laid down. I pulled out my T-square, and much to my surprise, I was actually laying down the frames pretty evenly. I didn't want them all wonky for this particular case. I already had the torn paper going on, so I wanted my frames to sit pretty straight. I wanted them to be able to line up with my photos, so I was actually pretty surprised how straight I got them. Now I am going to go ahead and as I'm gluing this stuff down, as I'm tearing some more paper and gluing that down, I want to talk about why I wanted to scrapbook these two pictures of words in like they make no sense except to share a story. One of my scrapbooking friends, Kim, she lives in New Jersey, and we have several times gone to crops together, and we were supposed to be at a crop together at the beginning. Oh, actually, it was supposed to be in March. Then it was moved to the beginning of May. It was then canceled in May once again, and they have since decided not to hold it. And so, unfortunately, with current events going on as they are, we have not been able to see each other in a while. I will tangent back to that. I did tear the paper a little bit because I put the glue on the wrong side. If that happens to you, a little bit of liquid glue can really, really help keep that a little tear, if you make one, keep that down. I had taken a step away because I got very tired, so I came back, and what I'm going to do now is use some mini dimensionals, because I could not find my regular size dimensionals, to pop my photos up so that way they do not, the chipboard frames that have depth to them do not interfere with the photo. Back to my story. One thing Kim is famous for is bringing these little cards. Some of them have quotes, some of them have words of inspiration, and some of them are just like little things to make you feel better. And she has brought them to every crop we've ever gone to. I have all of them that she will leave on everyone's little crop area. And when we ended up not being able to go to the crop, we had made a little Facebook group for the people from our little group going to a crop that was not all of our group. It was a crop held by a company. And on the days she would have left cards for us. She instead went on the Facebook group and opened up a card and shared it with us. And I was just really enjoyed the fellowship that we have as our group and what we get to do when we go to crops. And I just wanted to share this story that even though we didn't get together, we still got to experience a little bit of what it's like when we are together with Kim sharing these, as I'm calling them, this layout, Wise Words. Now, for my title, I did go to another company that is no longer in business, and that is October Afternoon. I have a bunch of the Daily Flash, medium size, and then also smaller tile alphas, and they are really great, especially if you're looking for a squared off title. I liked layering it over that circle sticker, and I liked bringing that wood grain in because it is such a neutral, and this layout is very, very colorful currently, so I did want to bring in a bit more of a neutral. I pulled an Ellie Studio label for my journaling, talking about the story I shared with you about having the wise words, even though we didn't get to meet in person like we normally do. And just a couple things before I finish. I'm going to use these greenish yellow and then coral and aqua enamel dots. And then the last thing I'm going to do before I finish this layout is I'm going to sprinkle some Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine. And that will complete my layout. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I cannot guarantee when I'm going to have another layout up. I'm hoping, I did have minor surgery, so I'm hoping that as I step away from that time period, I will feel more up to doing videos, and I really do miss scrapbooking. It's just an energy level thing. All right, don't forget to check out Kelly's layout. Thank you guys for joining me here today. I hope everyone is doing amazing. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye.